Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are again. New topic on fingerpicking and how you can speed up your performance to learn a bit more than just the basics on an acoustic guitar. So this video is especially for the more advanced players on the guitar. Excuse me to all the beginners. But if you don't understand and underestimate the power of playing your basics, let's say your home basic over here, you cannot speed up on the rest of your guitar where so much new things are to learn. We go into that a bit later. The first thing I want to say is that it doesn't matter what kind of guitar you use. And this is probably gonna hit a lot of guitar players because we all want to have an old Gibson, like from the 40s or the 50s, or a Martin or a Santa Cruz, like the best guitars there are made because we like to love the sound so much. But it's just a tiny part of how to learn better guitar playing. So for instance, I've got here it's not an old guitar, but for me it's an old, one of the first made Eastman's parlor guitars. I used it a lot, and because back in the days, in 2010, in 11, they didn't make guitars with a very good layer of paint, so it was quite soft and you could still feel the vibration in this guitar, and I still love this guitar to the day I have it, but it didn't cost me that much than an old Martin or a new Martin or a Gibson. And even if you have like such a beautiful guitar, you still need to play and how to learn to play the guitar. So here we are. The first, let's say, advice I want to give you, if you want to scale up your fingerpicking performances and in your experience, is that you need to leave the home base. So if you know the chords back over here and you want to learn a bit more from fingerpicking and make your instrument more in a wide arrangement of possibilities, wide possibilities that you can use, you need to leave the barracks, let's say, leave home base and go upstream your guitar, because there are a lot of possibilities happening over into this area. That's the first thing. The second thing is, and it's maybe the most important thing of fingerpicking and try to get more sound out of your guitar, is you need to learn to make mistakes, and you need to know what mistakes are so that you can learn from them and then improve them. It's not in the books. Playing is like how a child plays. It's just try and make a mistake, then go back and then look if you can make the same mistake in another way, and if it sounds good, yes or no. So this is the most important thing, but it doesn't only regard the specific area, let's say upstream your guitar neck. It also is about your ability to widen your scope of making mistakes. It also probably is the way you learned how to play guitar anyway, because if you don't really like to make mistakes, it's very difficult to play an instrument anyways. So this is the second tip, let's say the second advice I want to give you. The third one is, so if you're going to use other kind of chords playing alongside the more higher tones on your guitar, then it's also wise to leave the basic sort of way everybody tries to learn to play the guitar. For instance, if you get an E chord, and you play it over here, it's an E, and if you play it over here, it's a C, and it's an A. So, but it's all still the same chord. It's an E. And it's the same for the D. You can play a D over here, and it's an E, and you can play one over here, and you can play one over here, and it's sort of bit all the same techniques. But the thing which gives you a more advanced playing is that if you go alongside your neck, you can use different kind of chords. Sometimes the sound is terrible, I know, but you can still learn from this particular kind of playing. If you try and you just develop your own style in using those strings chords, let's say higher up the neck, and even when you just leave your home barracks over here, you can have a very nice distinguished sound which is different from the basics in the start of your neck. And a lot of questions come up when playing over here is, do you need a pick, or do you want to, how to learn how to finger pick with your right and left hand, but just try. And if you're good, experienced enough on the basics, you can develop your own style playing alongside the whole area of your neck. The fourth advice I wanted to give is just play. Play, and make mistakes in combination with the second advice I gave. So it's just play. Make hours. It doesn't matter how far or good you developed you are, you need to play. Make hours. So the Malcolm Gladwell advice on make 10,000 hours on an instrument or whatever kind of experience you want to make. Do that. Just do it. And then you can improve a lot. Okay, let me play you a song which I already made like 10 or 15 years ago, and still love it to play. It's on one of my albums, one of my first albums, Sway. It's called Indian Summer, but let me just play you a short version of it. leave home base. Second, try to make mistakes. 3, leave your home basics knowings and just try something new. 4, play, play, play. See you next time.